the fact that 3 big ticket investments by American corporations have been announced and are underway in India, whether it's Google, Microsoft or Amazon. What does this tell you about the nature of business to business ties between India and the United States?
No, I think business to business ties are strong, and India is a very attractive market, specifically for these companies. I think it's given the large user base that they have, the kind of data that one can get, I think this is a market that they cannot ignore. So rightly so, I think they are doing the investments that are required in building the data centers, in building the AI infrastructure, in getting the chips that are required to ensure that the infrastructure for AI is ready. So I think that is very positive. I do believe that it's not so much on the investment side. I think where the investment side would do better is where, for example, if India wants to become part of global value chains, and if US opens up as a market where they can do, then the proposition becomes even more stronger. The proposition to diversify from one country and look at other countries where all the markets are open, absolutely open, I think that becomes more stronger. So I think from a business to business standpoint, there's a lot of openness, there's a lot of friendliness, where the tariffs don't impact businesses, where people are looking at individual domestic markets or services, there are no issues. But where we are looking at manufacturing exports, I think there, the impact of trade deal does have an impact on business. And I think that's, that is something that we have to deal with.
What about the intent of Indian companies to invest in the US? There are fairly significant investments that Indian companies have made in the United States. Is that an area where, as CII, you think there is scope and opportunity?
I think there is definitely scope and opportunity. Every Indian company, wherever they get an opportunity, they will look at it. I think they will, whether it's through acquisitions, whether it's organically, inorganically, I think companies are definitely evaluating investments in US, in other parts of the world as well. But I would say for large number of Indian companies, if I look at their capital allocation, it is still substantially in India. And I think that because of the opportunity that India offers, and I think a lot of times we underestimate the management bandwidth that it takes when you're looking at going global, and also I think we also sometimes underestimate the attractiveness of the Indian market, and I think therefore I would say if I look at most of the large Indian groups, their substantial part of their capital allocation will still be in India, but in some cases, especially where US is a significant market for them, or where they're looking at research and innovation and development, there I think they would be looking at the US market as well, or other markets.